What if everything you were taught about failure was the actual mistake? Not the falling, not the losing, not the embarrassment, the lesson they attached to it. That was what broke you. And today, we are going to burn that lesson down. From the moment you sat in the classroom, the contract was simple. Win and you belong. Fail and you are the warning. The kid with the gold star became the blueprint. The kid who struggled became the cautionary tale. And an entire generation learned the wrong lesson. Not try harder, not figure it out. But this, failure is something to survive, not something to study. That one idea, that single, quiet, unchallenged idea has cost more potential than any failed business, any rejected application, any broken relationship ever could. We weren't afraid of failing, we were trained to be. And here is where it gets dangerous. Because some of you didn't fail early. Some of you won, top of the class, forced to get hired. They won, everyone pointed at and said, watch that one. And for a while, it felt like proof. Proof that you were built different. Proof that struggle was for other people. Until the world changed the rules. And nobody told you. See, early success doesn't build you, it insulates you. It tells you a beautiful, dangerous lie. That talent is a destination, not a starting point. When the first real failure came, and it always comes, you aren't just disappointed, you are unprepared. And unprepared people don't just fall, they shatter. But here is what they never put on the curriculum. Failure does something success is physically incapable of doing. Success confirms what you already know. Failure introduces you to what you don't. Success says, keep going. Failure says, not like that. Success builds confidence. Failure builds character. And character outlasts confidence every single time. When failure hits you, real failure, not a bad day, not a minor setback, it asks you a question that nothing else will. Who are you when there is nothing left to prove? That question is not punishment. That question is the curriculum. And most people drop the class before they get the answer. Now look, I am not going to insult you with a motivational poster. You've heard the names before. Jobs, Rowling, Jordan. You know the stories. But here is what nobody tells you about the story. It wasn't the failure that made them. It was what they did with the silence after the failure. Jobs didn't get fired from Apple and immediately start a revolution. He sat with it, studied it. He let it teach him what success never had. Rowling didn't get rejected 12 times and laugh it off. No, she kept writing. Not because she wasn't wounded, but because the wound had something to say. Failure didn't make them extraordinary. Their relationship with failure did. And that relationship is a choice. One you can make right now, today, on this video. Here is the truth that will make uncomfortable people very uncomfortable. See, the person who has failed, genuinely failed, lost something, rebuilt from actual rubble, that person is not behind you. They are actually ahead of you because they have something you can't buy, you can't fake, and you can't shortcut. They know what the bottom feels like. They know they can survive it. They know the worst case scenario isn't death. It's just a new starting point. That knowledge, that quiet, unshakable knowing is the most dangerous competitive advantage on the face of the planet. And the people who have never failed, they are still afraid of something you've already survived. So let me offer you a different story. Not the one school gave you, not the one your fear keeps repeating. What if failure isn't the opposite of success? What if it's the price of admission? What if the people who struggled early weren't unlucky? What if they were just getting their training while everyone else was waiting for theirs? What if your worst chapter is actually your origin story? Failure is not the enemy. Failure is the classroom that never closes. Failure is the forge that never cools. Failure is the place where soft people become dangerous ones. And this channel exists for one reason: to make sure that when failure comes for you, and it will, you are not the victim of it, you are the student of it. Class is in session and you are already enrolled. Welcome on board.